All right, here we have a different rat. Let's see if I can focus that in a little more, but still keep it on there. This is one of our supposedly pregnant females, and we'll see. Okay. So again, external anatomy, we have the ventral surface up. You can see the papillae, which you guys would call nipples. All right. Most rats have 6 on a side, which means that they could have up to 12 in a litter. That's a lot of rats. I know. So here's our ventral surface. This is the part that always wigs the kids out. How do they know what's what here on the external urogenital anatomy? Okay. So this is where the urethra is. So this is where urine comes out. And then underneath there is another opening. And that's where the babies come out. So that's the vaginal opening there. And then here is the anus. So right underneath the tail, doesn't matter if it's a male or female rat, the opening right underneath the tail is the anus. So on the ventral surface, pee, babies, poop. Okay? It's not a very big opening, doesn't look like an opening, but if you've ever seen a pinky rat, they're not very big. Okay? Again, we still have the brown teeth. We have the dark bristles on this one for the whiskers. We have the external pinnae or the ears. We've got the tail. Now this one was not in a bucket. This was in a vacuum packed, so I'm thinking this could be a little less juicy and hopefully it was preserved better. All right. So I'm going to make my initial incision here again. Now I'm just going right underneath the skin. Okay. Because right now I haven't even cut into the muscle, through the muscles yet. So now I'm about to do that. Okay, so I'm going to flip it over. Lift up as you go. And you saw how all of a sudden it got really easy. That told me I was definitely through the abdominal wall. Nope, this one is not very well done either. Okay, I'm going to go off to the side and rinse this one out. Back after our little rinse session. And I'm going to follow the rib cage along to open up the abdominal cavity. And I didn't cut this part enough down. Okay. And you want to be careful where you cut in here so that you make sure you're not cutting into any of the structures that you want to look at later. So I'm going to cut in there. I'm going to follow the back leg up and around. Okay, so on this side I'm still going to do the same thing. I will follow the rib cage around, which means it's going to, the cut's going to angle this way. Okay. This one is definitely pregnant. This is your liver. This is the intestine. This is a uterine horn with babies in it, and this is the other uterine horn. Animals that have litters don't have a single uterus. The uterus is split up, kind of like, just think of the fallopian tube, and the uterus kind of joining up, and it just makes a V structure. And so there is a uterine horn here on left side and a uterine horn here on the right side, and each of these is a little baby rat. Okay, that's the intestine. The yellow is the fat body. There's the liver, and the stomach is way underneath there. Everyone always thinks the stomach is huge. The stomach is not huge. We worry about our stomach a lot because we always talk about we're being hungry, but there's the stomach. Okay, some groups will get to pull that out, and we'll look at it on the inside so we can see how its structure relates to its function. Okay, well, that's how you get into the abdominal cavity, and that's a female rat that is also pregnant. Okay. You can see the small intestine. Here's where the large intestine starts, and the cecum with the little blind pouch that goes nowhere. Okay.